Hi everybody, it's Natasha from A Mind Apart. I'm just getting ready to go live today. I'm just going to set up the Facebook one as well. I hope you're all right, and I'll tell you a little bit more about what we're doing once we get started. Hi everybody, it's Natasha here from A Mind Apart. We are live today to do an adult session. So some of you have seen me kind of jumping up and down and dancing around to Disney songs for the last kind of 12 weeks. And I thought today it would be a great time to come together to do something creative and do something positive for adults. So every week on Tuesday at 7 p.m. we have a weekly adults class, and that's for over 18s only. There's a link below if you want to sign up to that. I thought today I'd do a proper taster of it. I've done little bits before, but I thought I'd do a full 20 minutes of the types of stuff that we're going to do. So the things that we focus on in an adults class, I think, are a little bit more directly performing arts. Whereas in the kids classes, we might do stuff like let's pretend sort of stuff. This sort of stuff, you'll see I'm directly relating it to performing arts. But it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be an actor or you have to be a performer to enjoy it. It might mean that you just want to learn a little bit more. It might mean that you just want to take part in a really different way. That's absolutely fine, especially at A Mind Apart. Who you are and what you bring to it is what's important, not your past or your experiences or your whatever's been going on in your life before. Sorry, I'll make a bit more sense. Your past experiences. You don't have to have done loads of drama to take part in our drama sessions. I apologise, my dog is barking, we've got building work going on, but hopefully we're all ready to take part today. So this is a live adults drama session. If you want to come to our weekly sessions, they're at 7 o'clock on Tuesdays. You can sign up on the link below. Let's get started. As with every drama class, we start at A Mind Apart with a check-in to see how everyone is. Today's main focus of the session is about tension. So my check-in question is your name and where you feel your tension in your body. Where is it that particularly you feel your tension? So my name's Tasha, and I generally feel my tension in my shoulders. I've got tension that kind of goes all the way, and as soon as I feel stressed or anxious, my shoulders are kind of like this. Whenever I'm in yoga sessions, the yoga teacher's always like, put your shoulders down. So I'm like, argh. So you'll see a couple of times today, I'll like physically kind of shove them down. That's where I feel my tension. If you can have a little think about that and maybe what you would add to this conversation, where do you feel your tension? Some people feel it in the stomachs, some people feel it in the hands, in the jaw. I definitely feel it in my jaw as well, in the legs. Where is it that you feel your tension? And anyone that's joining us, it's really nice to see you. Okay, let's start off with a body check-in. So that's why I've done the camera angle slightly different today, because I thought we could do a little bit more body stuff. So let's just check in with our body. I think sometimes when we're feeling anxious and stressed, a lot of the focus goes into our brain, goes into kind of up here, and we forget our body. So let's just check in with it. What we're going to do is we're going to put our feet shoulder width apart, so no wider than your shoulders. And that means we don't want to be standing all the way like this, and we certainly don't want to be all together. Just feet shoulder width apart. If you need to give your knees a bit of a wiggle out, that's absolutely fine, but we want soft knees. We don't want locked out knees. Nice soft knees. And try wherever possible to be pointing them forwards. The temptation sometimes with us is to point our feet to the side, and then that brings our knees in, or inwards equally, so knees just forward. Same with our thighs. We're going to imagine we've got flashlights on the front of our thighs and we want to be pointing them forwards. If you need to give your legs just, a bit of a shake out, maybe stretch out your feet if that's where you're feeling the tension, then by all means do so. But what we just want is to be checking in with our body. And then next we want our hips. So with our bums, we don't want them stuck all the way out, and we don't want them pulled all the way in. We want to be tilting our pelvis, tilting it inwards, just a little bit of Pilates for us. So just tilting it inwards. So that we can make sure that we're not sticking too far out and backwards. just pulling it in. And then by that, we'll be pulling our stomach muscles and engaging the core a little bit. So again, just make sure it's nice and loose. Knees are not locked, hips are not locked, but we're just tilting slightly. And then with our arms, we might need to give our, our shoulders a bit of a roll back and a roll forward to make sure that we're not kind of adding to the stress of what's going on, even if that means that you have to give your arms a bit of a shake out. So let's give your shoulders a bit of a roll back and then really place your shoulder blades flat against your back. Sometimes when we're stressed, they kind of stick right out. Let's really place them flat against the back. Good. And that might mean that your hands, as they're gently folding by your side, are kind of this way, not palms forward and not palms back, but palms almost flat to your side, but again, nice and loose and gentle. Okay, so let's just start with our head. What we're going to do is a drama roll. This is not just drama specific. You'll do this in Pilates and yoga and lots of different things. But in drama, it's one of the key stretches and exercises that we do because it really does release tension. So what we're going to do is we're going to place chin to chest and slowly we're going to roll down to a forward fold. So I'll just show you quickly in case you've never done one. What you're aiming for is kind of a nice relaxed place at the bottom. But it's going to be nice and slow. And we're going to fold forward. This is, again, one of the key drama exercises. Stanislavski encouraged all of his participants, as well as Witowski, if you wanted to read up a little bit more about them. But for now, we're just going to do a drama roll and try and release all that tension from our backs. Okay, chin to chest. And slowly fold forward. Keep your knees nice and loose. This isn't about flexibility. This isn't about who can touch the floor and who can't. We're just going to roll all the way down. Now, when we're at the bottom, just give your arms a really good kind of flop around. We shouldn't have tension in really any parts of our body. We will be engaging the muscles in our legs, but really, we shouldn't have much tension. And then we're just going to slowly roll back up. One vertebrae by vertebrae, stacking them on top of each other until finally the last thing that comes up is our head. Fantastic. Let's just do that one more time. Let's see if we can really pop out the last bit of kind of tension and stress from our back. Okay, just make sure that as you're going down, that your neck's nice and loose and that your shoulders are nice and loose. We're going to go down, ready? Lovely. And again, give your hands a bit of a wobble and then come back up. Fantastic. Okay, I think that's a really nice way to just engage our bodies and a really easy way to kind of wake up a full body experience. We're not going to do any vocal stuff today, although normally in each adult session we will do a body warm-up, a vocal warm-up, a main activity, maybe some kind of silly, funny games, and then evaluation. We're not going to do any vocal today because I'm going to focus mainly on the physical. So let's just get straight on. Today we're going to talk about tension, as I've said, but as well as tension in ourselves, I want us to start thinking about tension within characters that we might build. Characters we might build or characters we might see. So let's start off. We're going to go through different tension levels, and each one of them relates to a certain type of character. I want you to start thinking about what kind of character does that relate to. Is there any particular book or film that you can associate these tensions to? So let's start off with the first tension. And all I want you to do is just think about it and think about how it relates to your body. If you want to move around like it, that's brilliant, but it's completely up to you. So we're going to start off with the first one. The first one, what I call the surfer dude, is really floppy. Like almost like we've just got up in the morning. It's like, ugh. Like our knees are floppy and loose. Our arms are floppy and loose. Our head's floppy. Really like chill and floppy. Think about what types of characters might move like this, might walk like this. But for now, just really letting go of any tension, any kind of stress that's in your body and moving around. Really floppy. Okay, fab. The next one's one of the most important ones. In drama and performance, it's neutral. It is as it is. It's completely blank, completely neutral, without character, although I think that that's quite difficult, without character, without intention, just really, really blank. So for that, we're going to keep our feet shoulder width apart, arms beside our side, and we're going to think about really relaxing the kind of different and the things that make us different out of our face and out of our. You can see already I'm struggling to do it because then automatically my hands start coming into kind of Tash teacher mode. So really just thinking neutral, blanking that face out and thinking what types of characters are like this. Good. This is neutral. Okay, the next one is just a little bit late. I don't want us like really late, like late for a meeting or late for a job interview. That's a slightly different level. It's just a little bit late. It's low-level panic. It's the type of panic that maybe wouldn't show on your face, but you definitely feel within you. And I'm pointing to my stomach because that's where I'd feel it. So I'm starting to think how I would feel if I was just a little bit late. Maybe I can see the bus at the bottom of the road and I need to get to it. Maybe I'm just walking a little bit faster. Maybe I'm moving a little bit faster because I'm just a little bit late, just a little bit tense. And I'm starting really now to feel it in both my chest and even in my breathing is starting to be affected slightly because I'm just a little bit late and I'm getting a little bit tense about it. Okay, good. Really good. Think about the sort of characters, I'm sure many have come to mind, that just wander around in their life with just a low-level stress, constantly just low-level tensions. Actually, I think some people would say that I'm a bit like this, just constantly with like a low level of kind of stress and tension. Okay, good. We're going to move on to the next one. Now, this one is where you've lost something. In fact, it's not that it's quite important. Maybe it's not your wedding ring or some jewelry, but maybe it's just your phone or your keys. My husband constantly does this. He's like, "Where's what? Oh, it's there. What? So it's just that have I lost it kind of thing." And again, that's higher up tension. I'm starting to feel that really in my shoulders and in my neck. And it's have I lost it? It's that kind of person. It's like have I? Yeah. It's that level of tension. And again, I want you to start thinking about the types of people that you know that are constantly like, oh yeah, okay, whoa. Because that's not low level tension, that's kind of medium level tension. And then finally, this one's quite difficult to put across, but the final one is scared. Not terrified, not catatonic, but scared. So maybe if you're scared of spiders, there's just a spider that's just crawling across the carpet towards you. And that really would cause all of your body to start to become tense. And again, you might know different types of characters that are like this all the time. Just kind of scared. Okay, relax. Good. So there's some levels of tension. There's a few more. There's plenty more, and they're used in things like commedia dell'arte, to think about clowning, to think about building comedy characters, but they're also used in movement and in lots of different things. For today, I want you to think about two things. I want you to think about where do you see yourself on those tension levels, and obviously that will move. In the morning, you're most likely to be the floppy one because you've just woke up, and maybe after a stressful conversation, you might be the low level one, and maybe in a really difficult day, you might be the scared one. It might change, but I want you to think about how does this relate to my tension level? Because I think that that's important, and then you can start thinking about how you would build a character from that. So in my mind, with the one that was like, I've lost something, I can start to think of a type of character that would constantly feel like things have been lost. Maybe they've moved a lot in their life. Maybe they have, they don't have a lot of possessions. Maybe they only have one or two types of things. And so they constantly feel like they're going to lose it. So in my mind, I'm already building a character on that. Okay, so let's just do them all over again. we're going to go from the bottom all the way to the top, but just a little bit faster this time. And I think when we go a bit faster, you can start to feel the way that the tension moves through your body. Okay, we might do it 2 more times actually, but for now, just let's start at the bottom. So we're really floppy. Really floppy. And I think of this as kind of a teenager that's just woke up. Oh, do I have to? Type person. Or maybe a kind of like cool, chill man. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, whatever, man, it's chill. Maybe that kind of person. Not somebody that I am, so I wouldn't know. But like really floppy. Okay, the next one, neutral. Blank. I think of this as kind of a robot, android type character. Maybe a soldier, maybe a guard of some kind. Really neutral and blank. Maybe someone like a businessman that feels like they can't express their emotion. Maybe something like that. Okay, next. We're just a little bit late. Just a little bit late, so it's starting to build the tension. And as I said, this is the one I relate most to, because generally speaking, I'm just a little bit tense. But also I'm thinking of kind of maybe people that have got a lot on in their life, maybe like a mum that's like, oh no, where am I supposed to be? This has got to be next. Has just got a lot to think about, a lot of balls in the air. Maybe someone that's just really busy all the time, just got a lot on. So maybe that's the sort of character that this would be. And then next, maybe someone that's late all the time. And it's like, oh, sorry, I know, I'm just late. And we're going to move that up to lost something really important. And again, that's just a next level of tension. And I'm starting to think about somebody that maybe is in kind of constant fear and panic. I think this is something we can all relate to in a minute, kind of constant fear and panic. Like, and then finally, scared. What? And there's lots of people that might be feeling this at the minute, and that will be affecting their tension. And then just let it go. Okay, good. One more time, nice and quick from the bottom. Really floppy and neutral and late and lost something and scared and drop it. Okay, that was just a little exercise. That was just a little exercise to experiment with how we might develop characters, how we might build characters, but also how we might relate to them. There's lots of practitioners, Grotowski being one of them, who believe that you related to a character through the physicality of it. Stanislavski being another. So that you got into character by creating the body of it first, rather than thinking, I know where they're from, rather than thinking mind first, they'd think the body first. And certainly for me, as soon as I start to change the way I move, I automatically feel like I'm getting into the character. So that is our character building section. I think we're going to finish today with what I would do most of my adult sessions, especially at the moment, is a little bit of relaxation. So most of our sessions would start with a check-in, with a warm-up, with some vocal stuff, with a main activity, which might be building characters based on the tension levels. We might build some characters from there. We might get you to create some still images based on that and build it. And then we would finish with some games, or in times of stress, we might finish with some relaxation and some meditation. Now, again, relaxation is incredibly important to accessing different emotions when we're creating characters and when we're building performances in drama. To be relaxed is to be connected. So we're going to finish that with that today. Just a reminder, everyone that's taking part, everybody that's involved, thank you so much. If you are enjoying this and you want to come and get involved, Tuesdays 7 p.m, and you can sign up through the website link that's below both of this. Let's just finish with some relaxation. We're going to do a really basic relaxation exercise that you could do pretty much anywhere, but is really good to do just before you go to sleep at night. We're going to start off with our hands. And what I want you to do is I want you to really, really hold your fists and scrunch up your hands. Really, really scrunch them up. So what you're doing essentially is creating tension. And you're going to breathe, take a nice big deep breath in, and you're going to hold that for 4 seconds and then let it go in a really big breath out. Okay, good. All right, ready? With our hands, with our fists, squeeze them, breathe in. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, and let it go. Good. Okay, let's move on to our arms. So there we did our fists, but let's move on to our arms. We're going to tense the muscles in our arms. Breathe in, hold it for 4, and then let it go. Ready? Hold it. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let it go. Okay, good. Let's try and get that breathing in a little bit longer. I think you guys are doing that. It's me that's not. But so it's a real big deep breath in. Okay, we've done our arms and we've done our hands. Let's move on to our face. We're going to scrunch up the muscles in our face. Squeeze in your eyes, squeeze in your mouth, squeeze in your jaw. Take a nice big deep breath in. Scrunch and hold. 2, 3, 4, and let it go. Good. Well done. Let's do the muscles in our stomach and our chest, see if we can tense all them. Take a nice big deep breath in. Hold, tense. 1, 2, 3, 4, and let it go. Good. Muscles in our legs now. Ready? Tense the muscles in your leg. Breathe in. Tense, tense, tense. 2, 3, 4, and let it go. Good. Let's do the muscles in our feet. So it might be that you kind of have to scrunch your feet together. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Let it go. Good. And then finally, our whole body. You're going to breathe in. Nice big deep breath in. And you're going to tense every muscle in your body. And this time, we're going to hold it for 8. And then with a nice big deep breath out, make some sound if you need to. Just let it all go. Ready? Deep breath in through your nose if you can. Hold it. Everything all together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and let it go. Nice big deep breath out. Give yourself a really big shake. Hopefully, we've just relieved some pockets of tension in our body. And hopefully you can feel, you can become more connected with the way that your tension feels and how you can manipulate it and control it, especially in the ways of performance, but, you know, even in everyday life. Thank you very much for joining us today. It has been really lovely to see you all. I really hope that you have a good weekend. We'll send this out and share it in all different ways, but please do share it yourself. If you've enjoyed this, come and join our weekly drama class, 7 p.m. And the website link is below. See you later, everybody. Goodbye.